In this video, I'm going to be showing you the most awesome chicken chili. It's my very own original recipe. Do check it out. Also, you need to check out the side dish that I make to go with it. It is awesome. Chicken's a great alternative for the people that don't want to eat a red meat chili. So come on, let's go and see how it's done. So we get our oil into the pot, just like that. Give it a bit of a swirl around just to heat it up and get it nice and hot. And then here I've got freshly ground chicken breasts, RSPCA approved chicken breasts that I ground here in the machine just before I started. Now I'm only using the equivalent of 2 chicken breasts, 2 large chicken breasts. I'm saving the other portion for another recipe. Get it in there and stir it around. If you'd like to skip the meat altogether, go for it. Just follow the rest of the instructions and it's pretty much going to taste the same just without the meat. Switching over to my lovely meat tool. This was actually sent to me from my friend Lisa from Yogi Hollow Farm in America. So thank you very much, Lisa. Much appreciated. These are great for breaking up ground beef, ground pork, ground chicken, ground turkey, you name it. It gets it in there and it breaks them up and keeps them all crumbly and you're not getting big meatballs. Fantastic. Nice clean spoon. Now that the chicken has been seared in the pan, given a slight colour, and all the edges of the chicken have been sealed in this hot pan, I'm putting them into a bowl now and bringing them back later. Just scraping the sides and the bottom to get those little bits of chicken off the pan or off the pot. Pot back onto the heat, a little bit of oil. Again, swirl it around to get it all hot a lot quicker. Now there's little bits of chicken residue in there. That's fantastic. That's going to be flavour, and that's about to be lifted when I put the onions and other ingredients into the pot. 2 medium red onions, giving them a stir, gently breaking them up. It's your call when it comes to how big or how small you'd like to dice your onion. And I'm about to add red peppers very soon, bell peppers or capsicum as we say here. And again, the dice is up to you whether you want to go small or large. Totally your call. I prefer a larger cut just so you can see them in the final product. My reason for sharing my recipe with you today is because I was invited to the Chili Smackdown 2023. It's an awesome collaboration with 33 channels taking part. KETO Kitchen and For Nothing Homestead are hosting it. They're co-hosting it. It's a fantastic collaboration with all different recipes during the month of February 2023. And then on the 1st of March 2023, you could be possibly winning a prize. And all you've got to do is simply comment meaningfully after watching our videos. And then on that day, on that live stream, they're going to pick a comment at random. It could be you, and you could be the prize winner simply by commenting and letting us know what you thought of our recipes. 4 cloves of homegrown garlic and 4 medium red chilies. As I always say when I work with garlic, be careful not to burn your garlic. That will go bitter. So yeah, just keep an eye on it. Keep it moving around. Watch your heat. I've got my pot on full heat at the moment, 100% gas heat. This is a large red capsicum or red bell pepper. Give it all a stir. Just making sure that garlic doesn't get caught in the bottom and burn. Smells absolutely fantastic. Here I've got 4 jalapenos and I've taken the seeds out because a couple of the kids don't like the seeds. Stirring all that in. Again, watching that garlic. I don't want that garlic to burn. Now normally I use dehydrated jalapenos. You can see them there. But I've got fresh jalapenos in season, so I'm going to use them. You know what? Let's chuck a couple in. I love the texture of these. Instead of soaking them beforehand, I'll put them in like this and they'll be a little bit chewy when it comes to eating. Absolutely fantastic. It smells so good. 2 teaspoons of smoky sweet paprika, a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I get those in now because I want that paprika and the cumin especially to mix around in the heat and cook in the hot pan. Now I've still got this on high heat, but by all means turn yours down to 3/4 heat if it's starting to look a bit too hot for you. Now that those spices have had time to cook, back with the chicken. Mixing that all in together. One thing I like about this recipe is that although I'm doing chicken, really you could do it with turkey, you could do it with pork, you can do it with venison or beef or lamb. I mean, it's a really versatile recipe. It's up to you what type of meat you want to use. Tomato paste. 2 tablespoons. Just making sure nothing's burning and sticking to the bottom of the pot. 1 can of diced tomatoes. Stirring it in. 1 can of red kidney beans. And I leave the juice from the can in the mix. I've mentioned my dehydrated jalapenos in this video. And if you'd like to see how I actually dehydrate jalapenos, I've got a whole video on it. So just go back into my cooking playlist and it'll be in there, and away you go. Turning it down to a half heat. Now the chicken's already cooked at this stage, so I don't want to take it too far. And the capsicums or the bell peppers and the jalapenos, I don't want them turning to mush. So all I'm doing now is just making sure all these flavours blend in together. 1 tablespoon of sriracha hot sauce. 3 tablespoons of a hickory smoked barbecue sauce. Stirring it all in together. This is just an off-the-shelf barbecue sauce, a hickory smoked barbecue sauce, one that we really like using here. And I almost forgot, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Time to taste. Always check for seasoning. I'm adding another 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay, it's as quick as that. Time to turn it off. This is now going to have a lid put on it, and it's going to be put to the side because we're not done yet. So in a large bowl, we're going to pour some corn chips. And with a clean hand, I'm going to break them up. Not too far. Bit of a blend of small and bigger chunks like that. There you go. To that, I'm popping in some roughly diced jalapenos. To that, we'll add 2 cups of cheese. This is just a shredded tasty cheese. If you'd like to put some mozzarella, go for it. Give it a mix. Just like that. Pour it on. Spread it out just like you're making a pizza base. I wouldn't mind a pizza base like this. Now there's a thought. Stay tuned for a future video. Now this goes into the oven on a medium heat just to get the corn chips baking and the cheese melting. Get yourself something like an egg flip, get it under there, loosen it underneath, get it onto your cutting board, grab yourself a pizza cutter, get slicing. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Another great way to present this dish is to put the chili into a casserole dish, and then that corn chip mix that I made with the jalapenos, the corn chips and the cheese, break it up in the bowl like I did, but then sprinkle it all over the top of the chili in the casserole dish. Pop it in the oven and either bake it or put it under a grill where it's going to put the heat down on top. And what you want to do is just basically get those corn chips heated up, get that cheese melted, get those little bits of jalapeno to slightly cook a little bit, and away you go. You can pull it out of the oven and you've got the most delicious looking casserole dish with a nice crispy layer on top that you can spoon into and then scoop out your chili underneath and put it onto a plate. Cooking's done, exhaust fan's off, rice is ready, let's dish up. The flavour profile that I'm looking at for this dish is something that's got a smoky flavour to it and it's got a bit of a burn. Now if you don't want that burning sensation, it's not extremely hot, but then I'm used to very hot food anyway. But you can leave out the chili peppers that I put in at the start, and you could leave out the sriracha chili sauce as well. Or you could leave out the jalapenos. It's up to you. You play with it and you can adjust it the way you like it. And by all means, if you want to add more heat to it, go for it. Those dehydrated jalapenos, they make a great garnish. Just squash them between my fingers, drop them on. Enjoy your meal. This is such a fun and delicious meal to make and to enjoy, and I hope you have a go at it too and make it yourself and enjoy it as much as I do. I'd really appreciate you watching this video that appears on screen next, or one of my other videos. Thank you so much for all of your support. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.